You start. Yeah.
Sorry. I have this really bad habit of looking at someone and then looking at and just forgetting that I'm not. I was looking at the back of your head.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Taraka, and I'm going to present you today about competition. As this two people presented, I'm going to see competition in a different way, in a marketing perspective. First of all, I want to say about myself a little bit. My bachelor's was major in marketing, so actually from a bit of a marketing background. So this presentation is going to be a bit of a marketing sort of like a lot of technical jargons. I try to be simple as I can for you guys to understand. If you guys have any questions, like if you guys have any wording or anything you can't understand, please stop me and ask questions. Yeah, so let's begin. These are my objectives. First, what is competition? Then, how does the marketers identify primary competitions in the market? And how should we analyze the competitors' strategies and objectives in frame of the strengths and weaknesses within the organization? And how can marketer leads expand the total market and defend the market share? It's like when you are out in the market as an organization, you have a lot of competition. So in order to sustain, what kind of things that you have to do as an organization. And the second last one is how should marketer challenge adapt market leaders? If you are not a market leader, how are you going to tackle that situation? Like for example, if you want to sustain in the market, you should have to become a leader or follow the leader. So how are you going to tackle, what kind of strategies you need to have in order to sustain in market and grow. How can marketer follow the niche competitive effectively? It's something like, for example, if you look at what she presented, the three companies, Woolworth, Coles, and Aldi, the niche market, if you get those three are the main leaders, if you are a newcomer or something like an IGA, how are you going to sustain, how are you going to compete with those three giants? It's called niche market competitor effectively, how they're going to do effectively niche marketing. First, what is competition? I took this one from Google. This is how the Google explained. The actively or condition of starving to gain or win something by defeating or establishing a superior over other. In a simple way, when I was in year 5, I always used to get lower grades, and my mom used to come over and say, look what your cousins have done. Look, they always get higher marks than you. How come you get lower marks? How am I going to go there, go to them, and how I'm going to face them? So that's what basically they're saying. Even the mom's parents, as the first person that she explained, everyone compete each other. That's simply what they say. They don't want to they don't want to defeat, want to win all the time. So that makes the competition interesting. So first of all, in industrial point of view, the concept of competition, number of sellers and degree of differentiation. How you are going to be different in the market. If you have a product or service, how you going to be different from the others. So that's make you a leader in a competition. The other one is entry, mobility, and exit to barriers. If you look at the large-scale market, it's really hard to get in to entry. Like whoever in the market, not going to let a newcomer to get enter. So it's a really good challenge if you want to enter into a market like the big market. The other one is mobility. Are you able to perform in such a large market. For example, like if you wanna, for example, if you wanna sell a mobile phone, how you be able to sell those products in a market? So other one is exit barriers. Exit barriers is something like if you are in a market. The best example that I can give is Apple. Apple used to be I think it was in 90s. Apple used to be a very traditional organization. They just want to sell Apple desktops. People whoever want to get an Apple, they only can get the big Apple desktop. So they found it's not easy for them to stay on the market. So they had to come up with a new idea to win, like in order to survive. So what they had to do is they had to move from desktop to mobile phone, iPods and anything. So, but when they tried to do that, they had a barrier. So they couldn't exit from what they were doing and to move into another sector. So that's called the barriers to exit. Other one is decrease of vertical integration. As she explains, like there are 3 ways of competition: vertical, horizontal, and actually I can't remember the last one. So this is what it's saying. The other one is degree of globalization. If you are a big company, you have to be in market. You want to perform. You want to get a big name. You have to be globalized. You can't. If you are a brand just in Australia, you won't be able to compete with others because all the globalized brands gonna come and attack you. So you have to be globalized. Your name has to be globalized. Moving into analyzing the competitors. As I said before, in order to sustain and compete with the organization, you need to have analyze first what kind of market, what kind of competition, what sort of things have in front of you. First is the share of market. For example, if we look at the Coles, as she said, as the previous presenter said, the Coles has to identify what sort of market share that they have, or what sort of market share that they want to go. For example, I will draw like, if you get the whole grocery market like this, where the Coles stands. These are the big 3 giants, he said. LD, Coles, and Woolworths. This is the actual market that they are in. So the market share, like if they want to compete with, how much Coles need to increase? Are they going to get this much bigger in few years' time, or are they want to go smaller and concentrate on here? This is what the market share of markets mean. And the share of mind. Share of mind is totally something like the next 2 is totally what organization has to do. Share of mind and share of heart. That's how you gonna win the competition. How you gonna win the mind of your customers, your target market, who you gonna target, how you gonna do, what's their wants, what's their need. Then once you win their mind, they're probably gonna buy you, try your product, and then next steps you have to win their heart, share of heart. If, for example, you put a beautiful advertisement and customer likes it, customer come to you, they is mind, yeah, this is a good product, yes, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna try it, yes, I try it. If the product is not good, he or she are not gonna come back. So in order to sustain him, in order to keep him, in order to rebuy that, you have to win their heart. That's something, the big process that you have to do to get these 2. It's coming strategies, so many strategies, plannings. You have to put a lot of effort into it. Research, development. Expanding the total market. As I show in here, so how they gonna expand the market. First thing is you can buy new customers, such as doing promotions. It's the same as I explained before. Doing promotions, giveaways, do a lot of marketing activities, and you can get new customers. The other thing you can do, whatever the customer you have, you can make them retain. You can make them buy again, more usage. If I'm, for example, if I'm, what do I say? If you look at the mobile for Vodafone, for example, I am in 29 cap plan. I've been keep using that for a few years. So what Vodafone can do is they can promote me to get more usage. For example, like, are you in $29 for like 3 years? I'll give you free. I'll give you your offer. You can go for $49 cap plan. So it's an increase of more usage. These are the strategies in competitive market. As I said before, organizations have strategies. So some of the strategies, there are main 6 strategies. They actually really complicated. You have to do a lot of research, lot of time, effort to get these concepts going. So I think I better skip that slide. So I will go for the simple strategies that you can work in the marketplace, especially market challenges. The market challenges are the organization, whoever takes the challenge. Like, for example, I would say again, I will take the Apple. For Apple, they took the challenge. They wanted a new innovative product. They wanted to be first in the market. So they come up with the iPod, and then they came with the new smartphones. They're the first in the market. So they're the whole market challenges. They have the new products always. They have separate department to do research, development, come up with the new products. It's called market challenges. The second one is market followers. The market followers are the people who follow the market challenger. So they wait till someone come up with the innovative product, and then they follow them. They compete them, they follow them. The other one is a niche. So the niche, I can say at the moment in mobile industry, is Nokia. They can't really become a challenger. They don't have enough resources. They don't want to follow. So what they do is they're looking at the niche. For example, the main targets for nowadays in, like, for example, China, India. So they try to sustain. They try to do their product in India. So selling small mobile phones, what they have. But people, when we look at, like, if they can sell like 5% from whole Indian population, they will be able to survive. So that's the niche.
But I think Windows bought Nokia, didn't they?
I'm not updated with what's happening now. I'm just looking at, yeah, I actually don't know have they bought it. I think they're going to have Android as well, yeah, Android system on their home on Windows. Yeah, so what they mainly do, they just do the digital ones with the color display and small phones for like $5,000,
Yeah.
5,000 rupees, and they're selling heaps of them like in a bulk way,
Yeah.
so they get some sort of a profit for them to sustain. I think this one is just the temporary, because Nokia is maybe looking at the bigger picture, like to get into a big competition for at the moment. So what they have to do is just focusing on this niche market. Market challenges strategy. Choose the specific attack strategy. As I explained before, you have to choose the right strategy. I'm actually going one step ahead than the slide, sorry about that. Before I explain what's market challenges, the technical term was choose a specific attack. It's like, are you going to be an innovator? Are you going to be develop your same product, or you try to do the same thing as what others do? The second one is choose general attack strategy. Are you going to be general, or are you going to be special? That's the difference. Like it's the same as what's the word meaning. The next one is define the strategies, objectives, and opinions. It's something like you're not going to be an innovator. You're going to borrow it from someone, the ideas. The second one is the follower strategy. The first one they do is counterfeiter, which is, as I explained before, they're going to be following someone else. For example, if it's a product, they're going to clone the product. They're going to make exactly the same product. The other one is imitating. They're going to make a product which is similar but not exactly to that product. other one is adopting. Like for example, technology. If Apple is using some sort of a technology, for example, that maybe Apple is using Intel processors, the market followers going to use the same Intel processor on their products. Niche market. As I said before, the niche market is they're targeting the small market and they have a small production processes. These are the major findings that I found in competitions. The competition always leads to a new innovations, such as new findings. Like if you are in a competitive market as an organization, you always have to come up with a new idea to sustain in that market. I think which is a really good thing in competition. As a customer, as you, as me, we always get new things like every month or every second month, every week. The other thing in organized point of view, you can't just make a product or a service. You always have to be alert. You have to be doing research with what the other competitors do. So you need to have a clear strategy how you're gonna tackle this competition or how you're gonna sustain on those markets. The other one is the globalization. I think the competition make the globalization much interesting. For example, like if you are just a company, if you are doing innovative products, if you try to be a market follower, if you try to be a market challenger, you can't just do without the globalization. You have to go everywhere in the world. Like for example, through the medias, whatever the globalization strategies that they use. These are my reference. That's about it. If you guys have any questions, please ask. Any slides?
Oh, right there. This is one thing we haven't done.
Attendance.